This had better be better than King Dong. The 1933 classic King Kong is highly regarded as one of the greatest films of all time. A towering achievement in stop motion, rear projection, miniatures, matte paintings. Hell, with all of that going for it, the advertisements for the film really wrote themselves. This tale of filmmaking, jungles, and showmanship came about from popular demand to see more primates on film at the time. You see, there weren't a lot of them in zoos back then, so movies capitalized on the desire for jungle adventures, with hits such as Rango, The Lost World, and Tarzan of the Apes. So director Marion C. Cooper had an idea of a large gorilla atop a skyscraper and branched his idea out from there. He took this idea to Paramount, who didn't really want a high-cost shoot in Africa, but producer David O. Selznick was more interested and brought Cooper to RKO Pictures, where Cooper developed The Most Dangerous Game with his filmmaking partner Ernest Schoedsack directing. Cooper then began work on Kong with stop-motion animator Willis O'Brien and the film's sculptor and model maker Marcel Delgado. Nowadays, this is all very common backstory, people. We all remember the filmmakers going through the exact same process for Dunstan Checks In. Stop-motion Jason Alexander still holds up to this day. I am pleased to be doing this episode. All fans of cinema dream of being on camera, relishing in the greatness, and making sweet love to King Kong. Plus, I mowed this after Tarzan the Ape Man. First things first, I must pull up the film on HBO Max, where one search brings up plenty of adventure films. Who can forget the time a 60-foot-tall Pete Davidson completely destroyed Staten Island? Ooh, an overture I see. Must be Quentin Tarantino's King Kong. I guess that means it's okay if I still talk. I'll just open up my candy and ask the guy behind me about the weather or something. Whoop, no time for that now. The picture is starting. Oh, like in Rocky Horror! King Kong features a cast of horror movie icons and Kong himself, the 8th wonder of the world, the 7th wonder clearly being the giant baby from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. The music gets your pulse pounding with excitement. The studio originally wanted to save money by not using an original score and just reusing already completed music, but thankfully Cooper paid Max Steiner $50,000 from his own pocket to make a 46-piece orchestra completed in only 6 weeks. I love watching a classy horror film like this. No offense to some of the other movies I feature on here. Why, if this were one of the Elm Street sequels, it would have opened with a quote from Freddy Krueger calling Roosevelt a bitch for some reason. We've got a theatrical agent named Weston, a giant boat. All seems legit.
They say he ain't scared of nothing. If he wants a picture of a lion, he just goes up to him and tells him to look pleasant.
Great, what craziness is James Cameron making now? Remember, this is the 30s, so going to an island to get a picture made might be quite dangerous.
We've got to get to where we're going before the monsoon starts.
Then again, you'll be fine in the water. This was years before Godzilla showed up. Filmmaker Carl Denham may be a bit reckless, but again, this is old school filmmaking. You can't even make a movie about Noah's Ark without killing a few people. However, Weston is so concerned that he doesn't really want any of his actresses involved in this. This is like I'm watching behind the scenes of Cannibal Holocaust had it been made in 1933.
Listen, there are dozens of girls in this town tonight that are in more danger than they'll ever see with me.
Yeah, but they know that kind of danger.
And if Cannibal Holocaust had been made by Harvey Weinstein. You gotta admire the man's passion to make his mysterious project. He's gonna make a film that's never been seen before. But first,
I'm going out and get a girl for my picture, even if I have to marry one.
Wandering the streets looking for a girl? The picture that's gonna change the world is Maniac, isn't it? Casting was relatively easy back then. You just had to go downtown and boom! Fay Wray's Ann Darrow, the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life, as she's stealing fruit.
Hey! Taxi!
Damn, it was easy being a serial killer in the 30s. Okay, maybe this conversation will be less awkward if I sit down as opposed to standing over you. Carl's got real baby, I'm gonna make you a star energy.
Costumes on the ship will fit you. Broadway shops are still open. I can get some clothes for you there. Come on.
Wait, maybe I should assure that this is not a porn.
What do I have to do?
Just trust me and keep your chin up.
And then they're off. Eaten Alive isn't going to film itself, though Anne is significantly less popular with the crew.
I think this is awfully exciting. I've never been on a ship before.
Well, I've never been on one with a woman before.
Alright, when you make money from this picture, you can go on all the fabulous cruises you want. Words can't even describe how perfect Fay Wray is in this film, and it's a blessing she got the role after it was passed by Jean Harlow and Ginger Rogers. She even picked the blonde wig she wore herself. All of the casting and themes are brilliant, from Robert Armstrong's obsessive and ambitious filmmaker to the movie's fantasy of, sure, you can be plucked off the street and turned into a star. And if you're first mate Jack Driscoll, there's just a love story waiting to happen.
Oh, this is no place for a girl.
Gentlemen, be patient. That cruise is coming. Outside of being in King Kong, Bruce Cabot was also known as one of the Wayne regulars, having appeared in a ton of John Wayne movies. But I know who you're really here to see.
Iggy likes me better than he likes anybody on board. Don't you, Iggy?
Huh. I was expecting Kong to be bigger. I recognize all of these scenes from the Peter Jackson version. I think this part happened about 2.5 hours in. They shouldn't get lost, though. Maps were a lot simpler at the time. You see, back in 1933, these were the only locations we knew of outside of the United States. When we come back, the discovery of Indonesia!
King Kong, starring Bruce Cabot, now returns.
Welcome back, people. Say, Carl, just what kind of picture are we shooting here?
Did you ever hear of Kong?
Major Kong? Absolutely. He went out in a blaze of glory riding that bomb like a bull. Is this a rescue mission? I'm glad this was made when it was. Nowadays, Carl's movie would have been shot on a cell phone in search of amazing selfies in a jungle. Kong will be the 8th wonder of Instagram. And you can't get a much better scream than this.
Scream for your life!
Confirmed, King Kong will make audiences shit their pants. They may be a bit concerned about the fog, but again, they should relax. It's a couple decades later they'd have to worry about a giant lobster monster. Not only are they searching for Skull Mountain, but also the best shot to be featured on the One Perfect Shot account. Gentlemen, I think we found it. But you're really gonna wish you brought Indiana Jones with you. We may be killed here, but damn, it's gorgeous to look at. They're also lucky because the next island over, some idiots crash their balloon, and it's about to get really stupid with another movie monster. Cooper and Shotasak saved a lot of time, with the jungle set being the same one used in The Most Dangerous Game, which also featured Fay Wray and Robert Armstrong. Hell, some of the scenes for Most Dangerous Game were shot when they were on a break from Kong, and vice versa. Plus, the village huts are the ones left over from Bird of Paradise. We didn't realize just how important Carl was to filmmaking. He's setting out to make the first Mondo Cane film. Get Reese Ortolani on the phone for another soundtrack, if you don't get caught.
Dowdy Patty Vigo!
Too late, they see us.
You're fine. Just slip him a $20 bill. I guess they caught the natives during their pep rally. They're about to face the neighboring island's soccer team at noon. Our heroes can get out of this.
Tabe. Bala kum no no hi.
Good job, you just told them you banged his mother. Naturally, like everyone who makes a deal of any kind, they want the blonde instead.
He's offering to trade 6 of his women for Anne.
Oh, who hasn't once said that about Fay Wray? She really is that stunning. I'd even trade my Boggy Creek poster. I suppose there's only one way out of this. Just walk away and nonchalantly whistle like Homer Simpson. HBO needs to put a warning label on this movie for extreme use of sexual tension. My brain is too fragile to handle these old movies.
I guess I love you.
Why, Jack, you hate women.
Yes, but you're much softer than the skipper. His whiskers give me a rash in our sleep. The sexual tension here is so crazy and horny that even the natives are rowing up so they can watch. It's at this point that Anne is really regretting not asking Carl to bring along a stunt double. On the plus side, their big bonfire means they won their match against the other island. Downside, there's an emergency. The hot one is missing. They have the right priorities. Sure, they've lost about 15 crew members since leaving, but, I mean, come on, she's really hot. No time to jump in the boat, just chuck this baby in the water. The insurance company's gonna have a field day with Carl's movie. These natives are ready to torch anyone who dares to make a Jurassic Park joke. Really though, this was just another day on the Kong shoot. The shoot lasted so long that between working on all the live action stuff and the stop motion, the shoot became 24-hour work days over the course of a 55-week shoot. King Kong became such a diva he had to be called upon like a god.
Karatane Kong!
Okay, I heard him say Kong, so I'm assuming Jumpman is about to save her at any minute, depending on how many quarters he has. And here is the man himself making his first appearance 47 minutes in, because that's how you build awesome momentum, goddammit. Now you know why I would shit my pants on the Universal Studios ride. The epic soundtrack, the perfect scream, the blending of live action and stop motion. It still gives me chills down my spine 88 years later. That's right, I'm 95 years old. This is where he asks his fans, "Are you not entertained?" But really, he knows that they are. Come on, man, I'm sure we could take down this beast. Dead ass, though. They have a real fight ahead of them, at least for those who believe in Kong. Primates of unusual size, they don't exist. We just saw one, you idiot! You'd think Carl would have grabbed his camera and begun filming, but really he doesn't want his movie to turn into that much of a found footage movie. And it would take a lot of setup to get all of Kong in the shot.
Yeah, that's a track, all right. Look at the size of that thing. He must be as big as a house.
Yeah, some of us don't live in a house your size, jackass. My house is the size of Iggy. The main thing that's slowing them down is marveling at how gorgeously this is all edited together. And there's other things to marvel at too! Like them being naive that the bullets won't instantly piss the dinosaurs off. Carl may be a hero for now, but his goodwill will be ruined when this is posted on his big game hunting account. Not only are dinosaurs still around, but by George, the Loch Ness Monster is real too. Fellas, we're all gonna be rich! Hell, they've come this far, they might as well keep going. And they were this close to saying, you know, we really could just recast the blonde. However, they are definitely gonna need a new sound man and new boom mic operator. See, this is why the natives didn't want any references to Jurassic Park. It really goes to the dinosaurs' heads when you do that. It's funny how this film really did lead to sightings of the Loch Ness Monster after the movie's release. You could say it was inspired by the success of King Kong, but really it was because the monster needed about 350. The sounds of the Brontosaurus were made from grunting and a double-chambered gourd, but his appetite, however... he was just simply tired of eating apples. Now we can see more of Kong and Anne's love. He assures her he's not like his rowdy friends. He can survive several bullets. And his roar is a slowed-down lion and tiger's roar run backwards. And he's a full 18-inch model made from metal mesh skeleton, rabbit fur, and rubber and foam for the muscles. Eat your heart out, baby. As for the sound of the human screams... those are real. Back then, they really just had to chuck people off of cliffs. The whole movie has a 40-character body count. It really is safer to be in the woods with Jason Voorhees than it is with Kong. Same goes for New York. There's so much to talk about with just the filmmaking alone. Many of the shots were done in a couple of different styles, from combining two different strips of film at the same time to create a final shot, to combining several different strips, and of course rear projection, which was RKO's first rear projection shots, which took a few days to do. And boy, is all of that me just condensing a bunch of information into layman's terms. You could make a review that's as long as the movie itself, just talking about the film's effects and backstory. But no time for trivia now. The T-Rex is notorious for being a brutal carnivore and cock blocker. He has the sounds of compressed air and the scream of a puma. And if Toy Story taught me anything, it's that this is the opening scene, and we'll jump into the footage of Andy playing with the toys any minute now. Maybe the T-Rex is just sick of the natives constantly offering hot women to Kong, while all the T-Rex gets offered is just a coupon for a free massage from a Triceratops. If she looks terrified in these shots, it's because she is, due to the hand having to be lifted 10 feet off the ground with a crane. Jack's reactions, however, are mainly confusion. Huh, don't see that every day. This movie should be taught in all science classes. You see, this is often incorrectly referred to as a snake when it's really not. It's his dick. He's trying to impress her by wrestling with it. Yeah, what do you think, baby? I could do that all night. Now fix me a sandwich, I'm starving. I'm sure help is on the way. Carl is just simply waiting for the signal. And that signal is another shot for the One Perfect Shot account. And Kong flirting. Boundaries, bro. Just let Kong tickle her for a few minutes. Anytime he tries tickling a Dilophosaurus, it just spits in his face. This is a collection of the horniest damn monsters you'll ever see. Even this battle with the pterodactyl took 7 weeks to film. So it wasn't just the most dangerous game that Faye could shoot during the movie's frequent downtime, but also Dr. X and Mystery of the Wax Museum. Even the pterodactyl was able to act in his Oscar-nominated roles in 42nd Street and Duck Soup. Don't think it's over yet just because you fell in that lake. He's still gonna chase you, and that's his toilet. Reviewing King Kong in 1933, King Kong is a spectacular bolt of celluloid. Reviewing King Kong in 2021, toilet joke! Now let's take a break so we can look back at reviewing King Kong on the UPN.
I'm the original K-O-N-G. You don't wanna play with me. Been here since 1933. I'm the original K-O-N-G. Check out my furry coat and check out the grill. That's me looking in from the windowsill. Yeah, I'm a big monkey, don't call me a pimp. I'm eating people up like the popcorn shrimp.
King Kong Old School. Sunday at 4 on UPN Bay Area.
Go dumb, get stupid. King Kong, get stupid.
Damn, Godzilla doesn't have a chance against beats that fresh. This is more than just a movie, it's a cinema icon, goddammit.
We came here to get a moving picture, and we found something worth more than all the movies in the world.
Oh well, except for Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn gorilla. That's one of a kind. And who are you guys kidding, trying to keep him out? You think blue balls are painful on a human? Imagine if your balls are as big as the Chicago bean. I see their human sacrifice didn't work, so next year we'll offer him a redhead. And so much for Bird of Paradise 2. All of my notes right now consist of just writing down how seamless this blending of footage is. He is indeed eating people up like they're popcorn shrimp. Sometimes he's just being a dick. Yeah, face full of mud, asshole. Let's see you attend the next pep rally smelling like brontosaurus shit. Unfortunately, it's not the explosions that knock Kong out. It's just that it was really late when Anne was taken, so he's very tired. It's 4 in the morning, and he just got done binge eating. Alright, now that that's done, a star is born.
Why, the whole world will pay to see this.
And if that doesn't work, he's got a plan B, a sign that says free beer. Though other things will still cost.
Well, you would come, and these tickets cost me $20.
Again, that's the Disney Plus premium fee. Kong is already a hit even before his in-person appearance.
Well, Jack, $10,000 in the box office. Not bad for one night, huh?
By golly, that's almost as much as King Kong Lives made. This is a real theatrical experience. Carl is even there to present it himself. Nowadays, it would just be streamed on Netflix, trend for a couple of days, and then be forgotten when a raptor releases a stand-up special or something. I see this working out. Nothing bad has ever come from taking pictures of angry monsters. No, he was just about to sing Puttin' on the Ritz. This is gonna cause more chaos than Dirty O'Neill stopping a robbery. Unrelated, everyone was drunk in 1933. This is exactly why you're supposed to feed the beast before you put him on stage. He is the original K-O-N-G. He been here since 1933. King Kong is everything. It's romance, it's adventure, it's horror, and it's Animal House-style comedy shenanigans. Then back to the terror. This girl is extra scared. She had to fall much higher than a 10-foot crane. It's a crazy weekend here in New York. Bird-Eye Gordon is dumping some bugs on a building just a couple blocks over. It's too bad this ending had to be scrapped and replaced with Jack and Ann getting married and moving to a place somewhere that's green. Look at how much this movie inspired. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Universal Studios theme park ride. Where Jumpman failed, fans of Rampage have brought even more quarters to bring down Kong. Plus, the previews lied to me. He isn't holding up a UPN logo at all. Fay Wray's reactions alone make her one of the best horror actresses of all time. Hell, the movie itself is like the world's most perfect screen test for iconic horror reactions. It's amazing how brilliant this film is at storytelling, that it organically goes from this story about filmmaking and acting to King Kong fighting planes atop the Empire State Building. No scene seems unnecessary, nothing's too short or too long. It's a masterclass at pacing and build-up. The ending is so iconic that when Fay Wray died in 2004, the Empire State Building darkened its lights in her honor. Even little things like the fur moving, which show whenever Kong had to be moved, is admired by animators for being able to see just how much work was done by hand. Plus, she now knows why Carl had to hire an actress who is not afraid of heights. They do such a great job at not only the movements of Kong, but also all the details like his emotions, which range from anger to sadness all in one scene. He feels like a real three-dimensional tragic character, which makes it sad to see him go. There's a deleted shot of this scene where Kong falls to his death, which was an overhead shot that used real pictures of the buildings, but it was deleted since you could see right through Kong. Damn, even the deleted shots of the movie still look epic as hell. Rest easily, you two. It's gonna take a few extra days of filming just to walk down from here. Best end it with another iconic line of dialogue.
It was beauty killed the beast.
Actually, I think it was sequels that killed the beast. And thus ends the biggest movie opening at the time, with $90,000 that saved RKO Pictures from bankruptcy. It was also one of the highest grossing films of the 1930s, but sadly didn't get any Academy Award nominations, not even for effects, which wasn't even a category at the time. No matter, it would still go on to make most of AFI's lists. And it was such a success that only 9 months later we got the sequel, Son of Kong. Not to mention all the movies that inspired the decades after, to the remakes like the '76 version, that movie's sequel, the Peter Jackson version, and one of my favorite versions, King Kong vs. Samuel L. Jackson in Viet Goddamn Nam! But I think we can all agree Every Which Way But Loose was the best remake. Everyone loves Kong. He was even licensed to Toho in 1962 for King Kong vs. Godzilla, also a film we'll be getting a new version of this year. Stay tuned next week where we'll take a look at that classic 60s crossover, and until then, I'm gonna sit here all jealous because a giant gorilla has never tried ripping off my clothes.
I can't sit so near the screen. It hurts my eyes.
This is not a moving picture, madam.